Hmm. Assalamu alaikum. Today I'm going to discuss classroom observation assignment with you. And as you know, that is actually not classroom observation. That assignment is related to the observations. And observations we conduct in research as a data collection tool. Let me set my camera. So let me discuss first with you the data collection tool. In my previous video, I have already explained in a detailed manner what is uh, the position of researcher in qualitative research, how qualitative research is different than quantitative research. As in qualitative research, researcher is a part of the data collection procedure, and researcher perform role as a tool. So observation play a very important role to collect the data. When you want to explore what is actually happening in the environment, so definitely you have to conduct uh, observations. And in observations, you know, there are different aspects which you have to consider. Observation must be systematic, observation must be planned, observation must be organized, observation must be recorded. So there are different ways to um, record the observations. So there are certain kinds of research questions that can best be answered by observing how people act or how things look. So the researcher is supposed to be a research participant in a qualitative research setting in which he maintain a relationship with the environment and with the key actors which are present in the environment, and you know the phenomenon which is being occurred in the environment. So researcher has to maintain a strong relationship or rapport to observe the phenomenon and to understand the phenomenon. While recording observation, there are different types of observation. Naturalistic observer, researcher may be a naturalistic observer, and you are sitting in an environment, and you know that type of observation is uninformed observation, in which the participant is not informed. You are sitting in an environment and you are observing the phenomenon without informing others. You are observing them. Then the second type of observation, that is called participant observation. And in participant observation, we have already discussed in detail what a researcher has to play a role as an observer as well as a participant. For example, if you are conducting a research in a classroom and you are teacher there as well, and you are recording or observing the students' responses or their behavior on a certain phenomenon, so you have to play a role as a participant observer. And you are observing as well as you are performing role as a research uh, res- uh, uh, research participant, as a researcher and respondent. And there is another type of observation that is called non-participant observation. In non-participant observation, you are not supposed to perform any role in the phenomenon or in the environment, but you have to be there as silent observer, but that observation is informed observation. And in this observation, and it is different than nationalistic observation. In this observation is informed and the participant is informed about the observation. So there is there are different roles of the observer, and these roles are full participant observation, partial participation, and onlooker. Observer is an outsider. So as I have already discussed, if you are performing role as uh, as a as a researcher and as respondent, or as you must be a part of the setting, so that is full participant observation. In partial participation, you are there and to some extent you are with the respondent or you are part of the setting, but your major role is observer, not a participant. So that is called partial participation. Let me give you the example. For example, if you are performing role uh, as the full participant observation, so participants know that observations are being made and they know who is making them. So as you are the uh, as you are the performing role as a researcher, and your participants are also informed about the observations, so that is called full participant observation. But in partial participant observation, some of them are informed about the observation, but not all. Maybe teacher knows then that you are observing the responses of the student, but the student don't know. And in onlooker, participants do not know that observations are being made or that there is someone observing them. So um, in nationalistic observation, the participants don't know about the observation and they don't know what is being done there, what is happening there. So there are three roles of observer. And if the purpose of observation is uh, fully explained to all the participants, the you people are being involved for a certain period of time, and this is the observation checklist. And on these criteria, you are being observed, and this is the time. So if the participants are if the objective of the observation and the process of observation is properly and fully explained to the observer, so that is full participant observation. Sometimes the purpose of the observation is explained to some of the participants, not all. So that is also third type. In third situation, no explanation is given to any of the participants. In naturalistic setting, when you are performing role as onlooker, so you don't inform anyone. And sometimes you give false explanation. And participants are deceived about the purpose of the observation. For example, if you are conducting an observation in a naturalistic setting, uh, in a classroom or outside of the cafeteria or in any organization, and you explain or you brief participants about the objective, which is not actual objective of the research. Suppose you are observing their uh, their teamwork and the collaboration and interaction with each other. But you inform them that you are observing only, their work routine and how do they, uh, you know, perform their functions as an individual during the day. तो अगर आपने किसी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में आपने कहा कि जो आपके ऑब्जेक्टिव है ना, आपने वो ऑब्जेक्टिव नहीं बताया, but you have explained or you have given false explanation of your research. So that type of, that is fourth situation. एक सिचुएशन वो है जब आपने ऑब्जेक्टिव सारे पार्टिसिपेंट्स को बताए कि these are the objectives of the research and we are conducting this observation to achieve this objective. दूसरे में आपने कुछ लोगों को बताया और कुछ को नहीं बताया. So this is a kind of experiment. The one who is being informed and the one who is not being informed. So what is the difference in the behavior of both type of group of people? And the third one is किसी को भी नहीं बताया और फिर उनके बिहेवियर को चेक किया. और फोर्थ एक ऐसा आपने सेटिंग बनाई जिसमें आपने एक ग्रुप को बताया, मतलब जो उस ग्रुप को फॉल्स एक्सप्लेनेशन. समटाइम ये जो एक्सप्लेनेशंस हैं, ये जो इस टाइप की ऑब्जर्वेशंस हैं, दिस टाइप ऑफ ऑब्जर्वेशन इज बीइंग डन इन मेडिकल सेटिंग या ऑर्गेनाइजेशनल सेटिंग, not necessarily educational organization but in all organizations. जब आप किसी चीज का, फॉर एग्जाम्पल अगर आपने उसको सही बता देते तो मे बी उसका बिहेवियर डिफरेंट होता, तो आपने उसको जो है वो फॉल्स एक्सप्लेनेशन दी और फिर आपने एक दूसरे और उसके बिहेवियर को देखा. जैसे एक बहुत ही कॉमन एक्सपेरिमेंट है कि किसी जो ड्रग का साइड इफेक्ट देखना हुआ, तो फिर उसको जो है ना, एक को जो है वो दोनों सेम कंडीशन के पेशेंट्स थे, लेकिन एक को आपने नॉर्मल यानी कि कैप्सूल दिया जिसके अंदर सिर्फ ग्लूकोज पाउडर था और दूसरे को आपने मेडिसिन वाला कैप्सूल दिया जो कि जिसमें ट्रीटमेंट था, और फिर आपने दोनों को चेक किया और दोनों को ये इन्फॉर्म किया आपने कि जो है ना ये मेडिसिन है, और फिर आपने इफेक्ट देखा. तो जिसके आपने फॉल्स एक्सप्लेनेशन दी है, जिसको आपने कहा कि हम ये एक एक्सपेरिमेंट कर रहे हैं और इस मेडिसिन का इफेक्ट देख रहे हैं आपके ऊपर, तो जिसको आपने मेडिसिन नहीं भी दी उसके ऊपर भी सेम असर आएगा या नहीं आएगा, एक इस टाइप का भी एक होता है. ड्यूरेशन ऑफ द ऑब्जर्वेशन, देखिए a single observation, it should not be more than 30 minutes. वैसे तो 10 minutes are also enough, but sometimes 10 minutes में you cannot capture the whole phenomenon or the scene. आप सही से नहीं कर सकते, तो लिहाजा 30 minutes are maximum. और अगर आपने मल्टीपल ऑब्जर्वेशंस करनी है, लॉन्गिट्यूडनल स्टडी है, लॉन्ग टर्म ड्यूरेशन है उसकी, तो आप it must be 1 month observation और it must be 1 year observation, क्योंकि आप लॉन्गिट्यूडनल स्टडी कर रहे हैं, लॉन्ग टर्म इफेक्ट देख रहे हैं किसी चीज का, तो इसकी ड्यूरेशन बढ़ सकती है. ऑब्जर्वेशन का फोकस नैरो भी हो सकता है एंड ब्रॉड भी हो सकता है. नैरो फोकस के साथ आप ऑब्जर्वेशन को जो है आप बहुत सारी चीजें आपके नोटिस में आ रही हैं, but you are limited and focused with your objectives only. For example, if in a class, if I want to observe the students' interaction pattern during their group work, so I will not observe other things like what the teacher is doing, what environment is external environment is interacting. So I will not observe other things. I will observe only the interaction pattern among these students. So this is a narrow focus. और जब broad focus के साथ holistic view पे जाते हैं तो फिर हम multiple चीजों को observe करते हैं और फिर उन तमाम observations, उन तमाम elements को जिनको हम किसी environment में तलाश करना चाह रहे थे उनको हम record करते हैं. बहुत simple सी example दूँ. For example, if I want to explore the factors related to the pedagogical competencies among the teachers, So, and this is, one of my students' topic of research. So, what will I observe? I will observe the interaction between the management and teachers, the interaction between among the teachers, यानी faculty members के दरमियान interaction क्या है, interaction between teacher and student, and the teachers use of different technology related devices, the teachers planning, the implementation of plans in classroom, uh, teachers, professional development activities. So I will, it must be a long-term, longitudinal study, and I will observe multiple aspects of this phenomenon. So this is a kind of holistic and with the broad focus observation. Participants versus non-participant observation. So participant observation when researcher perform role as an active member of the group, and researcher perform role as participant as well. As this I have already explained. Non-participant observation where researcher does not participate in any activity or situation but observation only. Okay. One thing which is very important, and this is observer effect. Sometimes because you are being observed, so your behavior change, and you behave differently as your regular routine. For example, if teacher is being observed in a class, so teacher try to portray or teacher try to demonstrate the best teaching skills in front of the observer, and teacher try to uh, portray like an effective teacher, और वो तमाम वो अपनी रेगुलर एक्टिविटीज से या अपने रेगुलर बिहेवियर से डिफरेंटली पोर्ट्रे कर रही होगी, एक आइडियल बिहेवियर को वहां पे प्रेजेंट कर रही होगी. So the process of an observation, the presence of an observer can have a considerable effect on the behavior of those who are being observed. तो लिहाजा यहाँ पर बहुत ज्यादा एथिकल कंसिडरेशंस हैं कि आपको किस तरह ऑब्जर्वेशन करनी है. समटाइम विद द परमिशन ऑफ पार्टिसिपेंट आप जो है क्लास में बैठते हैं बट एज अ नॉन पार्टिसिपेंट ऑब्जर्वर, और आप अपना जो ऑब्जर्वेशन टूल है वो पहले से उससे शेयर कर लेते हैं और आप उसको बताते हैं कि यू आर बीइंग ऑब्जर्व विद फॉर दिस ड्यूरेशन विद दिस टूल और ये सारी चीजें, एंड यू विल नॉट इंटरफेयर इन एनी एक्टिविटी ड्यूरिंग द ऑब्जर्वेशन. इसके लिए जरूरी है कि आप एक रैपो बिल्ड करें पहले, एंड देन यू स्टार्ट ऑब्जर्वेशन. अच्छा जी, समटाइम कहते हैं कि पार्टिसिपेंट शुड नॉट बी इन्फॉर्म जस्ट बिकॉज ऑफ behavioral change, but ethically it is wrong. So does this present ethical problems? Yes, this will present ethical problem, because if you will record anyone without his knowledge, bring this thing into his knowledge, so he can be offended. आपको इसको इन्फॉर्म करना है प्रॉपरली. और अगर हाउ माइट अ रिसर्चर रिव्यूज हिज और हर इम्पैक्ट ऑन द सेटिंग, तो इसके लिए रिसर्चर जो है वो इसके लिए डिफरेंट आपको जो है आपको डिफरेंट गाइडलाइंस हैं. सबसे पहले तो ये कि इफ इट इज पॉसिबल, so you must inform research participant before the observation, 1 week before or 2 weeks before. आप जो ऑब्जर्वेशन जिसका जो टूल है, यू मस्ट शेयर द ऑब्जर्वेशन टूल. इसके अलावा एक्सपेक्टेशंस उनको बता दिए जाए. आपने जो नोट्स हैं आपके और इम्प्रेशंस अमंग अदर रिसर्च असिस्टेंट इन रिड्यूसिंग दिस थ्रेट, एक से ज्यादा ऑब्जर्वर्स हो ताकि रिसर्च ऑब्जर्वर्स बाइस ना आए. तो फिर वो दोनों, जब एक से ज्यादा ऑब्जर्वर्स होंगे तो दोनों के ऑब्जर्वेशंस को कंपेयर और कंट्रास्ट करके पर्सनल बाइसेस या सब्जेक्टिव एस्पेक्ट को रिड्यूस किया जा सकता है. इसके अलावा एक और तरीका ये है कि आप वन वे मिरर लगाएं. You must be, in a position or at a place where you cannot be seen by the respondent or participant. Though the observation is already being informed, but आप वहाँ पर ना हो और उस वन वे मिरर से आप देख रहे हो कि what is happening in the classroom. Or sometimes, the camera which is being installed in the class, it is also a kind of tool which you can use for recording the observation. But ethically, inform the participant. अच्छा जी, बाकी जो चीजें हैं, this I will discuss with you in my next lecture. But at this time, we are here I'm here to explain you the assignment which you will do during which you will do before ninth week. Okay? So you have to complete the following exercise before ninth class, that is Sunday, 12th December. And there are two observations. One is the general observation in nationalistic setting, and the other one is the topic or your research specific observation. So the activity one is go to a restaurant or a cafeteria of your choice and purchase something to eat. For 30 minutes you must be there and you have to conduct a systematic observation of what is going on. You should take notes during this observation. Consider the following question. अब यहाँ पे series of events है, मैंने 6 डाले. There must be more than 6 or maybe less than 6. So numbers are not fixed. What is going on? How it is going on? Procedure क्या है? Process क्या है? For example, the children are running inside the cafeteria. So how it is going on? आप क्या हो रहा है? कोई are they running between the outside of the boundaries और जो benches हैं या जो tables हैं उनके गिर्द around them they are running or they are running in front of the counter, but they are not coming towards the tables. So how it is going on? और फिर आप क्या फील कर रहे हैं? तो फर्स्ट एंड सेकंड कॉलम में आपकी ऑब्जेक्टिव्स ऑब्जर्वेशंस होंगी एंड थर्ड कॉलम में आपकी सब्जेक्टिव ऑब्जर्वेशंस होंगी. यहाँ फर्स्ट और सेकंड कॉलम में यू विल रिकॉर्ड व्हाट इज एक्चुअली हैपनिंग देयर and in third column you will record what are you feeling. Okay, after leaving the site, sit down on a in a quiet place, read your notes, complete them and write a few questions that come to mind about being in the field. तो आप ये questions लेकर आइए अपनी क्लास में and then we will discuss. आपके notes भी देखेंगे और आपके ये questions और ये सारी चीजें देखेंगे. Second activity which you will conduct, it is related to your research. You will conduct one observation, preferably related to your research proposal. If someone is doing research on employees' behavior, if someone is doing research on students' behavior, if someone is doing research on management behavior, so आपने at least 2 hours के लिए you have to conduct research in which you have to be as participant observer, but observation should not be informed. वो बताई दी जाएगी unless you have a अच्छा. So what is going on there? You need to address what is going on there. Use the 5 minutes to write some more detailed description of the site. सबसे पहले जो आप बनाएंगे वो description of एक मैं this I am going to do this with you. एक आपके पास होगा डिस्क्रिप्शन ऑफ दी साइट, जगह क्या है, किस तरह की सेटिंग है, सोफे हैं, बेंचेस हैं, ट्रीज हैं, व्हाट इज देयर। और इसके साथ साथ आप मैप भी बनाएंगे, और यहाँ पर आप मैप बना लेंगे। अब मैं देखती हूँ कौन कितना क्रिएटिव होता है फॉर दिस थिंग। ठीक है जी। देन और दिस मस्ट बी अ वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग एक्टिविटी, ये दिस इज ऑल रिलेटेड टू योर रिसर्च। ठीक है जी। तो आप डिस्क्रिप्शन लिखेंगे कि व्हाट इज गोइंग ऑन, use the 5 minutes to ठीक है जी। देन आपने आपने डिस्क्रिप्शन देना है, देन पे अटेंशन टू द पीपल, कैसे लग रहे हैं, कैसे इंटरेक्ट कर रहे हैं, उनका बिहेवियर क्या है, while on, और ये this your research questions which we have already designed in my class, and most of you have already discussed. So आपने वहाँ पर उन research questions को consider करते हुए observations लेने हैं। You will take condensed field notes, बहुत ही descriptive आपके field notes होंगे, जिसमें आपने each and everything वहाँ पे बतानी है। Your notes should not be in bullet form, it must be descriptive in nature, और बहुत thick description होगी, which we have already discussed in class. The qualitative data must be thick. If you are writing too much, so you won't be able to observe what is going on around you. So आप कुछ जो है जैसे ही आप कुछ ऑब्जर्व कर रहे हैं, कुछ पॉइंट्स लिख रहे हैं आप, और जैसे ही आप अपने घर वापस आएंगे तो थोड़ा सा आप जैसे ऑब्जर्वेशन खत्म होगी, आप जो है वो अपने फील्ड नोट्स को एक्सपेंड करेंगे। मे बी बिकॉज यू आर ऑब्जर्विंग, maybe you are observing, so you cannot write each and everything. So just after the observation, you have to expand your notes. आपने write all you remember, but try not to make value judgment. आपने यहाँ पे कोई subjective चीज नहीं लिखी। When taking notes, I recommended you that you divide the page in two columns. On one column write your observations, और दूसरे कॉलम में अपने थॉट्स लिखे, जैसे हमने यहाँ किया है। ठीक है जी। और then when you should turn in your condensed field notes, मैं देखना चाहूंगी your expanded field notes, जो कि आपने बाद में आके लिए a brief account of your observation. Did you find an answer to your initial research question? If so, so what is your answer? If not, what precluded you from answering the question? A written reaction to the project, including reflections on the experience of being an observer, or what you learn about being observed, about yourself, and about your comfort level with this method. So आपने एक रिफ्लेक्शन उसके साथ लिख के लाना है। अच्छा, this is part of your uh, this is part of your 30 marks assignment. So ये this is not other than your 30 marks. So I can assign 5 marks for this assignment. ठीक है जी। If you have any question after watching this video, so you may write your queries, and I will definitely explain. Kindly write your queries on the stream, so I can explain you and the other can also get benefit. Thank you very much. Hope I can, hope you will understand, and your, uh, if there is any query, if there is any problem, so you may ask me. I am always there to help you out. This is a kind of uh, an intensive and extended support to make you understand about the process of qualitative research. Thank you very much. Good luck.